We'll be starting in just a second, folks. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, turn these lights down a little bit. A little too light. There we go. All right. Good morning, everybody. Can you guys hear me okay? Good morning, Devin, Cheese Great Trader, Gregory, Chris, Rihanna. We got Sean, we got Frex, we got David, Min, Tom, Sherman, Peter, good morning. Bull Rider, Culpable, Dave, Graham, Dr. Luke, Adrian, Rick, Wade, Bernie the Bear, Jill, Flying Ronin, Hefe, Pete, Todd, Stan, Mark, Kevin, Vernon, Javad, Ray, Lloyd, Clarence, Kevin, good morning. Kevin Garcia 007. Dave Marshall, good morning. Doug, Steve, Gene, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Frank, Leo, good morning. Herb from Germany. Welcome, Herb. Alpha DS, Karen Jr. is in the house. Mookie, Minnesota Matt, Art, Bill, David. We got Moondog. Good morning, Moondog. Harold, Dave, Walter, Jody. We got David. We got Sapster. We got Flying Ronin. We got Ivano, George, Cifazio, Ralph, Kurt, Yuri. Good morning. Good morning, Nathan. Yuri. Good morning, Linda, Brian, Don. Good morning, Bob. Good to see you. Opium Addict, Richard, Brian, Keith, Jesse, Eduardo, High Grounder, Julio, Al. Look at that. Eduardo, good morning. Mike, good morning, Sandy. Good morning. Penny, good morning to you. Ooh, my. Oh, 7 degrees. Oh, I can't even. Ruth, I haven't been outside yet today, and I'm not looking forward to it. Greg, CJ, Mark, Carla, Sandy, Eduardo, Don, Jeremiah, Illinois grain farmer. Eagle Beagle is in the house. Always good to have Eagle Beagle. Deanna, Tom, Kevin. You got a lot of people here. Let me just go back a little bit. I don't want to miss anybody here. We got Deanna, Tom, Kevin, Catalina, Wesley from Lake Las Vegas. Nippy. Now, you're not freezing your tuchus off like I am. Henry, Gregory, Charlie, Scott, Ivan, Gene, Lloyd, Charlie, Kevin, Jason. Good morning, Jason. Hopiumatic, Hefe, Krish, Next Gen, Doug, Raj, Jesse. Hello, Jean. How are you? Robert, Ann, Frank from Athens. Good morning to you, Frank. Becky, Patriot, Bob, Brian, the Nomad. Good morning. Eduardo, Marlon. Good morning. Thomas, William. Good morning. Good to see you, William. Good to see you. Always good to see you here. Cam, Joel. Good morning, Cam. Randy, Mary, John, Trader Momo is here. My new name is R Trader 1080p. I like that. Nestor, Delbert, Peanut, Even in South Florida, it's 47. Oh my. It's about 30 here right now. Terrence, Stefan, CJ, Patrick, Sin, Scotty. Whew. Oldest son got 31 inches. Oh my. Whew. Good morning, Gino. Good morning. What I'm going to tell you guys is I hope each and every one of you is staying away from the cold weather and staying warm. Oh, Aruba. Now we're talking, Adam. Now we're talking. I like that. I like Aruba. All right. I'm assuming that everybody could hear me okay. Let me know. Let me know if you guys could hear me okay. I'm messing around a little bit with the sound, and I want to make sure that the sound is coming through okay, and that you guys could hear me okay. All right. Also, as you guys know, please, 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 please go right here to. Okay, thank you, Jill. I appreciate that. Whew, cold weather, folks. For no jokes aside, please don't be a hero and stay indoors and let this temperature go by before you do anything frisky. Okay. And also make sure you're watching at 1080p, okay? 1080p. We always want to make sure you guys are watching at 1080p. And while you're here, give us one thumbs up and join our channel. There's something here for you guys to join our channel. You'll be notified the minute we go live. So you don't have to rely on the Telegram for that, okay? All right. Says here, overmodulating your cling. Okay. School's out in Alabama. Oh my. How cold is it in Alabama? How cold could it be in Alabama? Oh, I'm clipping. That's not good. Let me reduce my sound if I'm clipping a little bit. Hold on one second. I don't want to be clipping. Hold on. Yeah, thanks for telling me that, Moondog. I don't want to be clipping. Let me do that real quick here. Okay. All right. I shouldn't be Moondog, let me know if I'm still clipping. I shouldn't be clipping at this point, okay? All right. Yeah, it should automatically adjust now. So it should get me away from the clicking sound, okay? All right. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate that as well. Thank you. All right, let's get into all of this right now. Let's get into all of this right now. We got a lot to talk about. Let me just get the All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, so let's start off with the first things first. Here's my VIP link. Here's my VIP link. I will be in the VIP room today at noon, and I'll be talking about options for your favorite stocks and how to find credit spreads, debit spreads. So basically, we're going to continue our session. Here is the Telegram channel where guys can get all the goodies that I post. And here is Customer Service Live, where I know they always have some good stuff, okay? Always have some good stuff for you guys. All right. So that should be there, okay? All right, now let's talk about the market. We've got a situation here. We have divergence. Blue chips are down and technology is up. This creates what we call a fragmented market because think about all the institutional hedge funds that have the Dow and have the Nasdaq in them, okay? These stocks and these stocks. One is going to go down, the other one is going to go up. It creates a situation that's not very creates a lot of this type of not a lot of direct bias. Okay, not a direct bias. So we have to be very very careful here today because again the Dow's down and the blue chips are up. So we have to be extremely cautious. I'm not a big fan of days like this, by the way. Not a big day. Good morning, Angie. Good morning, Kirk. I'm not a big day of days like this. They don't usually they don't do us any favors, okay? Yeah, they don't do us any favors. And what happens is they show a lot, and I mean a lot of choppiness. And that's a big, big problem. We don't want to see choppiness today, okay? So just something to keep an eye on. All right. As far as Fed data is concerned, we have FOMC starting today, which means institutions are probably not going to go crazy before the announcement tomorrow, which happens at 2 o'clock. Now, we're not going to care about the 2 o'clock announcement. We're going to care about the 2:30 announcement. Okay. This is going to be the big, 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 big announcement right here. All right. We also have consumer confidence coming out today at 10 o'clock. That's going to be a major report. That will be a major report. Okay. Ooh, very nice. Look what Goose is going to today in the customer service live Cam and Gustavo show. He's going to show how to set up Pro Trader dashboard, two chart layout, and trading view. Wow, very cool, very very cool. And I know that Matt is working on the scanner. He's updating it for me right now for trading view. I'll discuss that in the VIP room as well. So we do have new home sales, but this is a delayed report, and I don't think this report is going to have that much value. So the big report today is going to be keeping an eye on the bond market as a result of the FOMC beginning. The big report is going to be at 2:30 today. We want to hear what their sentiment is going to be, and I don't think it's going to be that big of a because I think we have a pretty good trajectory right now. And again, the big report today is going to be consumer confidence. Okay, consumer confidence. So pay attention. As far as earnings, I gave you this yesterday, and I'm going to give it to you again in case you guys weren't here yesterday. I know a lot of people are concerned about the storm, this, that. So I want to make sure you guys have this information. These are all the major earnings that are coming out today. Some of these are coming out after the close. Some of these are coming out before the open. We'll go through some of them in a few minutes, okay? As far as technical data, US dollar is dropping precipitously. Yes, I said precipitously, and we're now below this value area here, and we're below this trend line. The next major level is right here. Right here. Now, this is not good for the economy, but it's not that bad for the stock market because it makes goods cheaper for exporters who are importing to US. But you got a couple of really strong resistance support areas right here. See this? So keep your eye on the low 96 levels, okay? Keep your eye on the low 96 levels. Very, very, very important. You could see since halfway through the year we've been here, and if you go further, let's go further. You could see that you don't have a lot of support. You've got a little bit here, actually. You do have some. Hold on, you got some over here. Right there. But after this, you don't really have much here. So we have to be really, really cautious. Remember one thing, folks. If the US dollar goes below par, there's less incentive for foreign government to put money into our country. Okay? Yeah, sorry, Moondog. I can't do anything about the video lag. That's on YouTube, my friend. But I don't think I'm clipping anymore. I tuned down the Thanks for letting me know. If you hear me clipping again, Moondog, you let me know, okay? I can't control the speed of the video. Okay. So I don't like this. But I do think we're going to consolidate soon. But the U.S. dollars going down is very interesting for shippers and transports. So keep an eye on shippers and transports, okay? The U.S. dollar, I said that if the U.S. dollar is below par, here's par right here. If we're below par, it makes U.S. investments by foreign countries less attractive because they get less yield on their money. You understand? So, yeah. Yes, par is equal to 100. Yes, par is 100 right here, par. Yes, yes. Good morning, Captain Beef. Good to see you. Good to see you. And if I'm saying something you guys don't understand, just ask me and I'll gladly repeat. I'm keep my eye on the chat, okay? Please, let's not get into politics today. I didn't even know what happened yesterday, and you guys were going crazy with this whole. So let's just, if it doesn't impact the market, let's just, tune it out. China. China is right at the 100-day moving average. It's the first day in about a week and a half that it's moving higher. This is going to give U.S. a little bit of support today, but again, I wouldn't be holding my breath. This isn't really anything really crazy. Doesn't weaker dollar mean stronger foreign investments? No. It doesn't mean stronger foreign investments. It means that the price that foreigners are going to be paying for goods in U.S. is cheaper. It doesn't mean more foreign investments. It means less foreign investments because they're getting less money than par for their money. You understand? It doesn't attract major capital into this country. Okay. So China is starting to come back up. Again, this is going to give us a little bit of a tailwind. The bond market. What is the bond market doing? I was very critical yesterday, and I told you that even though we're above this line, we're kind of following this trajectory, and we seem to be peaking out here. And yeah, and I did mention this yesterday, and I said I don't think we're going to go much higher because we already gapped up and we're stalling near the 50-day moving average. Now I'm pretty much repeating what I said yesterday, but you could see we're already down. This weakness is gonna take a little bite out of the stock market, especially blue chips, okay, and small caps today. So keep an eye, and I think the bond market, I think the trajectory is back down. I don't think it's back up because look, every time it comes to this area, once, twice, three times, it tends to back away. We need the bond market to be here, right here, above the 100, not here. Okay. Exactly. What Eagle Beagle just said. Yes, high, cheaper dollar, also higher. Exactly. You guys got it. Read what Krish and Eagle Beagle Adam just said. They're saying exactly in a different way exactly what I'm saying. So you see how bonds are here. Let me move this. See how we kind of went up to the 50-day and now we're coming back down. And now if we break this 200, we go back down here. So we are going to see some movement in the bond market. All right, we are going to see some movement in the bond market, and I think it's going to be to the downside because of this. Gold, let's look at gold. Boy, oh boy, everybody was telling me yesterday their opinions. Again, as I mentioned to you yesterday, we have a huge high volume. We have a high volume bar. We're not above yesterday's high. I think we're going to come back down and consolidate. Now, this is where things get hairy. For some reason, people hear what they want to hear and they start thinking it's time to short gold, it's time to sell gold, it's time to liquidate gold. It's not time to do any of it. All I said was we're going to come back. I think we're overextended. We're going to come down a little bit back down to the base. I never said anything about breaking lower. I never said anything about shorting it. All I said was that if you're in profit right now, you may want to take profit with the intent of getting back in a little lower when we're back down to our base, which is right here. And you could see it very clearly. And you could see how it jumps up, it comes back down. 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 It jumps up, it consolidates. So my point is, all I'm saying is I think gold will come down to its fair value. It's just a hair above its fair value. That's all. That's all I said. Please don't extrapolate and read into what I say. You don't need to do that with me. My wife said I never have to wonder with you. You're very clear in what you in how you speak and what you say. So there's nothing to extrapolate here. Right here. That's all I'm saying is that I think it's going to come down and then we'll see what it will do next. But I think the next step is for gold to come down to its fair value area, which just happens to be from 5,000 to 4,700. We're talking about 300 points, not 2,500 points, not 4,000 points. We're talking about 250, 300 points. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right, so just want to make sure. Say everything I'm saying about gold applies to silver as well. Everything here's your silver. Here's your favorite silver. That right here, my friends, okay, so you have a gap up. Look at the volume here. That's a capitulation candle right here. That volume and that's a reversal bar. Now, will it hold? I don't know, but that's a reversal bar. And it happens to be right on the day yesterday, right here. That's an island reversal right here. That's a Gilligan's Island, right? Look, see how it's an island? You can call this the lizard pattern because of the tail. You can call this Gilligan's Island. You can call this whatever you want, but that's a reversal bar on high volume right there. That's a classic capitulate. Go to a technical analysis book and type in what does a capitulation look like? And it's going to say volume is going to be really, really high. You're going to open up, a gap up, volume five times higher than usual. You're going to gap up, and then you're going to close near the bottom. That's a textbook capitulation, which is exactly what I said to you yesterday. Okay, which means we need to get back down to this area right here. Now, what happens after we're in this area is a whole different world, but we need to get back to this area, and that, my friends, is a classic capitulation. And please go and look in any technical analysis book. I dare you to tell me that I'm wrong. Classic capitulation, high volume capitulation, right there. All right. Jim says, "Oy vey." Exactly. Yeah. You can't see it with your own eyes. You got a reversal bar on huge volume. That's a capitulation. All right. Anyways, let's continue. We should make a song. Capitulation, capitulation, you know? All right. There you go. It's a capitulation. Look at the volume yesterday. Shit. All right. Crude oil. Crude oil's doing nothing. Crude oil's doing nothing. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still coming down. And again, I'm concerned that if we break this level right here, that we're going to come down. Remember, the longer we consolidate, the better the move that follows. And this move doesn't seem, I mean, we could just consolidate around here, right? And go back and forth. That's fine too. But as of right now, this isn't looking very bullish right here. And there's not that much support here. Okay. Bob says you're wrong about nothing. I mean, come on. It looks like, it's like textbook. If you were to go and look at any technical analysis book, what does a capitulation look like? Volume two, three times higher than normal, no fundamental news, gap up, closing all the way at the bottom. I mean, it's like you can go back to 1920s. That's what capitulations look like. Don't yell at me. It's not my fault. I'm just reading the tea leaves. And by the way, folks, if you're just coming in here right now, please, please, please give us a thumbs up and make sure, more importantly than thumbs up, please go and make sure you're at 1080p. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. All right. All right. Let's continue. Let's not get overexcited here. So, the bond market, I would be very, very cautious here. I need to see a break above this area right here. So I'd love to see a rally here, all that, but we're not seeing it. As a matter of fact, we're seeing lower highs and a pullback down right at the 50-day moving average. This does not look good. Okay, that does not look good. Okay, gold, as I said, we need to fill in this space right here. Okay. Now, look, folks. Here's the thing: anything can happen. Anything. For example, let's say Donald Trump. I'm making this up as I'm going along. Okay, but let's say the president comes out right now and says, "We decided to start aggressively accumulating silver from all over the world." He's not going to do that. This is just I'm making this up. I'm making this up as I'm going along. Okay, that would change the trajectory, but technically, you have a capitulation. That's a classic textbook capitulation. And if anybody's been trading for more than 3 years, they'll tell you that is what it looks like. Okay, let me give you links. Here's a link to my meeting at noon today where I will show you. Yesterday was how to find good-looking stocks. Today, how to find good-looking options. Here's the Telegram channel where I post all these good things. And here is Customer Service Live. Cam and Gustavo show where they always have good stuff. All right. As I start reading this, why don't you guys start giving me catalysts? All right. All right. All right. March, we're up 0.26. NASDAQ is up 0.60. Technology stocks, if it wasn't for technology stocks, we wouldn't be doing very well because look where the Dow Jones is and look where the Russell and the mid cap is. This isn't beauty, okay? And you guys, meanwhile, can post your catalyst for me. Micron is doing really good this morning. Chip stocks are on fire. We like that. Yesterday, Max 7 finally came out and started moving a little bit, which was fantastic. RVMD plunged over 16%. They said that Merck is not going to acquire the company. People would have better understanding, at least those of us who have convinced. Here. One second, one second, one second. One second. Uh, hold on. Hold on. Huh. See, yeah, my thing is not on here. Yeah, it's not on here for some reason. Hold on. One second. One second. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's not up here. I'm gonna show it to you from work, from the office. But we're way, way, way overextended right now. We're way, way, way overextended right now. I'll show it to you in the afternoon from the office. That's what I'll do. Let me just go back here. One second. All right, I'll just go to the latest version. Yeah, he changed it yesterday at work, but I don't have it here. I'll show it to you this afternoon. You guys will see how overextended it is. Okay, Mookie coming in hot. Charlie's coming in hot. Hefe, I'll do it this afternoon, okay? Guys coming in hot. Silver futures up, up, up. James, Mookie. Okay. Basic materials, healthcare, chips, Fed, industrial, consumer cyclicals is what I have. Okay. I don't see Minnesota Matt today. Oh, yeah, there he is. Hey, Matt. Now I see you. Chips, healthcare, basic materials. Let's see. You got healthcare, chips, basic materials, industrial, auto. I got that too. Industrial is auto. That's consumer cycle. That's consumer discretionary. And Fed data. We got the same thing. Minnesota Matt and you and I have the same thing. Okay. All right. Good job. And GM, we don't list individual stocks. We do it the way that Charlie and Minnesota Matt just did it. Yeah, Fed chips. Charlie, you got it too. You're doing good. Very good. Good job. Good job. All right, let's continue. Economic data, durable good orders climbed 5.3%. President Trump on Monday threatened to raise tariffs on goods imported from South Korea. Failure of the country's legislature to formalize the trade deal agreed last year. Yeah, they didn't agree on anything last year. They agreed to agree last year. A Federal Reserve kicked off its two-day meeting. The central bank is widely expected to keep Fed funds unchanged. They're not doing anything. Investors will closely watch his post. This is what everybody's going to be focused on tomorrow. Not this. We already know the answer here. This right here. Should have done a straddle strangle yesterday on the SPY. Fourth quarter earnings season's in full swing. UNH, RTX, that's industrial, a lot of industrial stocks. Texas Instrument after the close today, that'll be very important. That's a big company. Defense stocks, transport stocks, we're above 8.4. I'll give you an update today on them, okay? On the economic front, investors will focus on the U.S. conference consumer confidence. That's coming out at 10 o'clock today. That will be a meaningful report. Let's look at the bond market. Bonds have been going down. Bonds have been going down. Okay. Manufacturing index will be released today. Here's all the goodies right here. Here's the manufacturing and here's consumer confidence. And these are not delayed reports. I'm not even going to pay attention to delayed reports anymore. I mean, they're just useless at this point. The tariffs are not going to be decided till sometimes in February. They're not in session. Sometimes in February. Europe is up 0.24, not really doing anything crazy one way or the other. Bank stocks led the gains. Very, very nice. Very nice. We got China closed higher, improved profitable across the nation. Tech stocks led the gains on Tuesday. Insurance stocks climbed. And as I mentioned, China's not looking that bad. China's starting to come up a little bit. They're up over 1%. on the Hang Seng. This is the overnight market right now in China. All right. Japan closed higher, sentiment steadied following speculation about yen intervention. The yen weakened slightly. Tokyo trade. So they're doing okay. Here are our catalysts. We got chip stocks, we got healthcare, we got metals, plus all the other things we discussed today. Okay. So we got a lot of things. And by the way, bonds are coming down. Look, they're almost at the 200-day line. SPY's holding on really well right now, so far. So far. Although I'm very skeptical we're going to get much upside. I do like mags. We'll talk about that in a second. So, Chicago Board of Option Exchange VIX index, we're still clinging onto this level. I want to see us trade below 1530. As long as we cling onto this level, nothing good's going to happen. I want to see this break down a little bit. Okay, I want to see a little break here. So we're still in danger zone right now. Okay, put the call ratio. Put the call ratio is starting to go up right here, which means it's favoring the means there's starting to we're starting to see a little more put buying than we would like to see, but this is still very random. It's got to get here. This is still very random. This is just saying there's just a little bit more put buying than call buying. We're starting to get concerned about the downside, okay? And also, speaking of which, you've got a good amount of stocks trading. S&P, it looks really good right now. Doesn't look bad at all. It's looking like it's on the way back up. The small caps are looking okay. Dow's looking okay. The only problem still is the Nasdaq 100. We got to get above that. As far as individual sectors, industrial and basic materials and energy are getting a little bit ahead of themselves, as I mentioned. And I've been mentioning that for a little while. I'll talk about Nasdaq in 1 second, literally in 1 second. Number of stocks breaking out 20-day highs only 248. So we've got another 150, 200. We've got plenty of upside, and there's zero potential to the downside right now. 90 days, you've got 138. So you have momentum to the upside, and you have zero momentum to the downside, which is also very positive. As far as the SPY is concerned, I like what I'm seeing here. I like this, but here's the problem here. We got to get above this area. We're still consolidating here. We got to break out of here. We got to break out of here. I like what I'm seeing, but I don't know if we have enough catalyst before the Fed announcement to make a new high. I would be very, very skeptical to see us make a new high before tomorrow's report for obvious reasons. Institutions are not going to want to throw their because nobody knows what they're going to say tomorrow. All right. Nobody knows what's going to come out of their mouth tomorrow. Okay. Chip stocks. Chip stocks are looking okay. They look pretty good right here. I like what I'm seeing, but I'm a little concerned that this gap may be a little too much too fast, especially in light of the fact that we have Texas Instrument earnings coming out. So what I'm trying to say is don't be surprised if you see this bar touch this 8-day like this, and then come back up. So expect a little volatility, but overall, I'm loving what I'm seeing here. This is an A line right here. Just needs to kick back and touch this area right here. Mega caps. Mega caps are finally above the 50-day moving average, and I'm hoping that they're going to finally stay there. Yesterday, we saw an unproportionate amount of volume coming into the mega caps, which is positive. We need to make sure this 50-day holds right here for the next 2 days, okay? We need to make sure that this 50-day holds right here, okay? QQQ. I like QQQ, but QQQ is exactly in the same position as as the S&P 500. We got to get above this level. We still haven't made an all-time high, and we're getting back into this channel right here. Getting back into this channel right here, and I want to see us not just sit in this channel. I want us break above this channel. And again, I find it very hard to believe we're going to break out of this channel and not fill this gap first. Okay, so I think here we got some gap. Look at the space right here. We got to fill this. We got to kick back a little bit. This is too much too fast. A little too much too fast. I think we need to cool off a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. And I mean a little bit. We just need to touch this area and then pull back up here. Just like right here. See how we touched it and we came back down? How we touched it, came down? We got to see that from the downside here. Like this. Actually, just like this. Just like this and just like this. See this? See the wick? It wicked the level and then it went back up. It wicked the level and went back up. Here, it needs to wick this level and then end up here. So what I'm saying is we just need to go a little bit down and then kick back up here. Okay? Overall, I'm not suggesting anything is bad or ugly. I'm just saying that I would be cautious seeing a real strong move before yesterday, this early in advance. Russell 2000 is not looking all that great. I mentioned to you this is a capitulation. Yes, it's a capitulation. Capitulation. Yes, exactly what you're seeing right now on silver and gold. See that? That's a reversal bar. That's called a Gilligan's Island reversal bar. Now, it's only about 70% accurate, so it's not 100%. But you see how we right after this bar, we pulled down. And remember I told you we're going to come down to this level, and then we need to come down to this level? Well, we haven't come to this level yet. Yes, I drew these for you a while back, okay? See how I told you how capitulation, reversal bar, coming down. Now we need to come to the level. This is exactly what I'm seeing form on silver right here. This is a capitulation bar. Okay. Again, they're not 100%, but they're, especially at these levels, we need to back up a little bit. Back up a little, getting ahead of what it means is we're getting ahead of ourselves. Okay. Let's do levels. Let's do levels for you. Let's do levels. Okay. I know you guys love when I do levels, so I'll do levels right now. Let's hey, are you guys getting any benefit? Are you guys getting benefit out of this? You guys are unusually quiet today. I want to make sure that I'm not saying anything that's scaring anybody. I'm just going through the tea leaves, folks. Just going through the tea leaves. Does anybody have any questions? I don't want to like discourage anybody or poop on a bull market. I'm just telling you how it is. Oh, it's done that many times, Hefe. It's done that many times. Look right here. Look. Folks, this isn't my first rodeo. Look, it gets look, it gets away from the 8-day EMA, it comes back. It gets away from the 8-day, it comes back. It gets away from the 8-day, it comes back. It gets away from the 8-day, it comes back. Every time it gets away from the 8-day, it comes back. 8-day, it came back. And now I'm just saying it's going to come back a little more. This is exactly what I'm seeing in the silver market. Nothing different, okay? So here's the Zoom link. Get Matt fired up. That's the VIP room. This is the Telegram channel. And today we'll be talking options. Options, options, options. You guys are so quiet today. Also, please don't misinterpret what I am saying. Please don't misinterpret what I am saying. I'm not saying we're gonna crash. I'm not saying we're gonna break down and fall apart. All I'm saying is that see, look, from here to here, just a mild pullback. That's all. See how the all the support areas are like right here, the VWAPs. This is fair value right here. All we're saying is it got ahead of itself and it comes back to fair value. Okay. Okay, good, good. I just want to make sure because yesterday everybody was all over the place. You guys I was literally reading the news. I have no, I still don't know what I said that got everybody sparked up yesterday, but you guys were like a pack of wolves yesterday. That's why I don't read the news. I get all my news from this stuff. Okay. Let me give you guys good levels. Get the day started right. Oh, that's a perfect level right there. You guys are really going to want to keep an eye on, listen to me. Keep an eye on 694.19. 694.19. Keep eye on 694.19 level, okay? Because look at what happened here. You have a resistance area. It broke this resistance area. Resistance became support, and now I think it's going to come back down. So this area right here is really important because look, we've been going there all night here, literally since, let's see what time, since 4:15 in the morning. The entire morning pre-market session we've been here, and this is the overnight. So if this breaks, we go back into this zone right here. Okay, so this area 649, 694.19 is going to be really important today. Yeah, I hear you, Tony. I hear you. Yeah, that's true too. I just want to make sure you guys are getting some value out of this. All right, all right. Let's put that right here. Those are good levels. Those are good levels. I'll give you some more levels just in case. Just in case we break down, I'll give you some more levels. Okay, right there. I don't think you'll need them, but you never know. So Penny suggested that I go a little further with my levels, so I'm going a little further with my levels. See, Penny, I listen to what you say. Okay, here's SPY levels for you. And you guys, did you guys see what Clyde is doing today? That's Clyde. In Florida in his jacuzzi. Sorry, had to show that. Got to have a little fun with you guys. SPY levels. Remember, I'm posting these in the members area. Okay. Okay. We got QQQ. Let me delete these. There. Yeah, right there. Right there. And right there. I can put one right there. Nah, I don't want to do that. Okay. Gives you something else to work with, okay? All right. You love Clyde. Thank you. No, I don't think she is Hefe. I don't think she is. I think she's here chilling. She's in Boston, so it's cold over there. I know Richie's been clearing his property because it's been so snowy last few days. QQQ levels. Um, excuse me. QQQ. Let's do SMH levels. Nah, cats don't like water, but Clyde is not a regular cat. You can't. You can't. Clyde is a very special cat. By the way, Clyde loves water. He sits in my bathtub waiting for me to open the faucet all day long. So he actually does like water. My cats actually like water. They like to sit in the bathtub while it's dripping. The price action's a little sloppy on the SMH last night. Just FYI. It's a little sloppy, okay? It's like a little all over the place. So now I'm make these pictures are about 20 inches by 6 inches big in their full size. So you should have no problem seeing it at all. Okay. They're like the width of my screen. Okay. Yep, he's a super cat. That's right. Super cat. And then we have Russell 2000. Let's do those. Let's do IWM. A little sloppy here too. Very sloppy price action on the Russell last night. Really sloppy. Sometimes it's just clear, very clear, like the SPY was very clear today. Nasdaq was okay, but some of these are a little sloppy. Chips were a little sloppy. Okay. These are IWM levels. Now let me give you bond levels. Bond, James Bond. Ooh, look at how well the bond market cooperated with our levels. Okay, let's do this. Right there. And right there. In case you want more levels, there's your levels. Okay. Let's do that. Bond levels. Keep eye on these tonight and these overnight. Okay, keep an eye on these overnight. It's very important that you keep an eye on these levels overnight. Okay. Hey, Carlos, good to see you. Kubota with a front bucket of move ice snow. Yeah. Uh, I'm exhausted and I have a tractor. Yeah, yeah. You've been doing a lot of work, Richie. All around the bathtub. Several cats usually leave about half an inch of water. Yeah, they like to roll around in the bathtub. They actually do like water, my cats. They don't like to be outside, but they like water. Except Mia, she's a hunter. Okay, those are your levels. Let's look at stocks. Okay, let's look at stocks. I'm actually doing pretty good on time today. CPNG. These are my shorts. Okay. Thanks, Bob. Thank you so much. Look at this. Don't look for stocks that have been going down recently. Look for stocks that have been going down for a while. They'll give you good structure. Look at the volume on this going up. It's very nice. RGTI. This stock needs to break the 200, but as soon as it breaks the 200, we have a takeoff. So please don't do anything yet. I'm giving it to you just a little bit early, and we need to see more volume. Volume is going down. So we really need to see this break the 200 and then test it first. TTD. James, I discussed it in great detail, but I'll give you a review as soon as I'm done. I'm a few minutes early, so I'll review gold and silver again, okay? Just give me a second. Trade desk, look at this. It's been going down for a while. It didn't just start going down now, right? Okay. Okay. How many times have I given you this stock in the last couple of weeks? Coinbase. And remember, we're slightly bearish. By the way, the bond market is still coming off. This is not good for the stock market right here. Yeah, look at the Russell 2000. See how it's starting to, yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. Coinbase, bearish Coinbase. Look, it tried breaking the 50-day, tried breaking the 200, the 50, couldn't do it. Okay, Coinbase. Hog. Remember I told you that I threatened to buy a motorcycle when I was a kid. My mom said she was like, no, no, no motorcycle for you. And then I got married and I said, I'm going to buy a motorcycle. My wife is like, yeah, not living in Los Angeles. So I never got a chance to get a hog. I think if I lived somewhere in the boonies, she wouldn't mind. It'd probably be fun to ride. Anyway, hog, breaking down. I do hear that a lot of India, a lot of Indians are starting to buy Harley Davidsons, which I think is really cool. PayX. So they are starting to see some international sales, which is really nice. Now, remember, every stock I'm giving you today is a stock that's been going down for a while. There's not a lot of momentum to the downside right now. So you're going to need stocks that have volume and price that's long-term moving that way because there's not a lot of momentum to the downside. But there's some good stocks to the downside. As long as you find stocks that can carry its own weight, like look at this stock right here, right? And let me send this to a friend of mine real quick. Okay. Nice chart. Real nice chart. Let me see just one more time. Let me see TTD. All right. Nice. These are nice shorts. Okay. Um, BXP. Choppy. Choppy. Much choppier. Okay, so look, I got a minute, so I'm gonna take a minute and show you this. Look at the price action. We talked about this in the VIP room yesterday. Look at this price action. Hardly any overlap, right? And look at this price action. See the difference? Now, here's the interesting part. Here's the interesting part. Both of these stocks are doing exactly the same thing. How we got here is the key. Look at how you get here. Look at how you get here. Look at how this price action, how smooth it is, right? Or this stock right here, DEI. Look how smooth price action is, right? And then look at price action of BXP, how choppy it is. How you get somewhere is equally as important as where you are. See how choppy this is? So let's say you short it right here. You have to overcome all of this. Let's say you short it right here. You have to overcome all of this. With this stock, you could see it with your own eyes. You don't need me to tell you this. I'm just point. You short it right here. Oh, the next day it just goes your way. You short it right here. Oh, one day against you and it goes your way. Your life will be much easier when you trade stocks like this because you have so much more predictability in what they've done in the past. You get into a stock like this, one wrong, that other one, BXP. Look, one wrong move, and you got 3 days of drawdown. You get in here, you're gonna get chopped. See that? Big difference. So always ask yourself, if I'm wrong, can I rely on the stock to save my ass? Now, what I'm teaching you right now in the last 3 minutes is really important, like 95.5 important. These are the type of stocks you want to look at. Okay. Unfair advantage, folks. Okay, let's look at the long side. And you don't always get that opportunity, but when you do, you take them. Okay. What the hell am I? Wrong stock, not LOW. I confuse them all the time. I just gave you a really good session. Okay. I just gave you a really good session. You don't when they you don't know when they reverse. You wait for them to reverse and then you take action. That's a nice stock right here. Low. Oh, Google. I still like Google. I made a mistake getting out yesterday. I thought I was doing us a favor. I got out at a small profit and I could have held on. Um, Now I'm waiting for it to get back to the 8-day EMA. I want to re-enter Google again right here at 332. 331.50, 332. I want to enter it right here. Okay, right here. 332.20. If you guys see it around there, let me know. About 5 points below where it is right now. Maybe we'll get a little wick like this. I really like to get Google. Okay, I'm liking Google. I made a mistake. I mean, we didn't lose money. We made a little money on the trade, but I wanted to get a better positioning on it, and I shouldn't have done that. Lamb Research, nice A line right here. Again, you see how it gapped up this morning? Wait for it to pit to like right here. Here, look. See right see right here, it gapped up and then it get right here, it wicked. I want it to wick and touch this area on a VWAP bounce. Okay. Again, I'm just showing you ideal entry points. Okay. Oh, you're still in it? Good, Richie. Good. I'm glad you're still in it. No, not this stock. It had earnings. Forget it. It looked good right here. Not here. Forget about it. Forget this stock. Halliburton. Russell 2000 is really coming off. Halliburton looks really nice. See how it had that get that this is that island reversal that I'm talking about on right here. You have one too. See this? And look, it goes down. You see this? It goes down. You see this? You see how it's coming down? That's that's what I'm seeing on gold and silver. These type of bars right here. Okay, it's called. You can call them Gilligan's Island. You can call them lizards, depending on when you learned how to trade. They're all the same. They're all reversal bars. But the difference on silver is it was accompanied by high volume right here. It's a nice little breakout there. Here's silver. I want to show you again, just real quick. I only have a minute left. But here you could see it. You have a reversal bar with a gap on, look at the volume. That, my friends, is a capitulation. Now, is it going to hold? I have no idea. But that's a classic. That's a textbook capitulation right there on silver. Look at the volume. Look at the price. Okay. As a matter of fact, you could see a little one right there. Anyway, you could see one right there. And it comes back down. Anyway, I don't mean to get into all of that. You can always rewind this video as well. Okay, let's continue. Johnson Johnson. Can't believe I have to go outside in a few minutes. Johnson Johnson looks good. DD looks good. Richie, did you unload some of your Google, or you still have the full nut in Google, Richie? Let me know. I'm just curious. See, when you studied, it was called the Hangman. When I studied, it was called the Lizard Gilligan Island Reversal. See what I mean? It just depends on when you studied. Same thing, just different words. DD looks really good here. Amgen looks pretty good here. Amgen looks pretty good here. And LGN, Allegiance looks really good here. Okay. Good for you guys. Good for you, Richie and Kevin. I don't know what was going on in my head. I should have held on to it. Should have, could have, would have. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for Google. I'm looking for Google to come somewhere like right here, right? This area right here. Probably hit the VWAP. That would be nice. I don't think we'll see it, but we can all hope. All right. So let me give you guys some goodies, okay? Today at noon, I will be in the VIP room, okay? Telegram channel where I post all the goodies, including invitations to the VIP room. And Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show, folks. Pro Trader Dashboard, 2 screens, all the goodies today. Don't miss out. I'll see you guys real soon. I'm heading to the office. So here's my problem today. Let me give you my summary. The Dow is down 300 points. The NASDAQ is up 150 points. Usually what happens throughout the day, one of these starts overpowering the other one, and we start gravitating one way or another. In other words, this will open up 140, and then it'll go 150, 160, 170, and this will start going to zero. Or this will start increasing at the expense of this. The problem is you have a lot of index funds. These index funds obviously have healthcare stocks, industrial stocks, and tech stocks. It causes them to do this because you have some of those stocks going down and some of those stocks going up. And Russell right now is just barely up a point. So you have to be really, really, really careful today. Okay. We also have muted action on hedge funds as a result of FOMC announcement tomorrow. So what my point is, we have to be extremely careful today because we may not get clear momentum as a result of index funds pushing blue chips down and tech stocks up. You understand? Think about it. You have funds. Oh, we're going to be buying tech stocks and selling chips, selling industrial and healthcare stocks. It causes this. Instead of this, it causes this. And we don't want to be caught in that. So we got to be really careful and we got to start looking for really good stocks. Also, I'm going to be mindful of whether this level. So I'm expecting a lot more choppiness than we got yesterday. Okay. And again, I'm keeping an eye on this number right here. If this gets close to 400, we're going to start topping out. And also, I'm a little concerned that we don't have any momentum to the downside. So I think today we're going to be, I think a lot of folks are expecting a real strong run day today, but this is causing me to pause. So I'm expecting false moves. I'm expecting false moves. Okay. Internals are going to be really important at the open today, especially if the ADD is not over 1200 up. The biggest clue that today's going to be a nothing day will be if ADD opens up at like negative 150, positive 200, instead of like 1,000 or 1,200 or 1,200. We want to see ADD give us extreme readings. Otherwise, we want to see another big day in the mags. So here's what you guys are going to be watching for. You're going to be watching mags very, very carefully to see if they're again outperforming the market. You're going to be looking at the bond market. And most importantly, you're going to be looking at the disparity between the Dow and the NASDAQ, because this will cause this is like getting a real fast plane. Okay. Imagine you have a really fast, small plane, and then it can only handle 1,000 pounds. I'm making this up just to illustrate a point. And you want to put 2,000 in there. So you have a really strong plane, but you've got 2,000 pounds in there instead of 1,000. You understand? That's the problem right now. If this wasn't here, I wouldn't be saying this, but this is causing a lot of headaches. This is going to cause a lot of problems. Okay. So just FYI, I'll be keeping you updated throughout the entire day, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. I'm heading to work and I'm going to have to bundle up. Bye, everybody. If you have a question, roger@rogerscott.com. Here's my email, roger@rogerscott.com. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye, everybody. Now, there's 300. Refresh your screen, Todd. There's over 300 thumbs up. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Be careful today. We have FOMC tomorrow. All bets are off. Don't think you know everything.